May 2, 1972, born Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, aka the People's Champ. In case you don't know about The Rock, no worries, we got your back. Let's get into it. If you think being a WWE superstar is all brawn and no brains, you clearly haven't met Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's a third-generation wrestler with a brain for business that's made him a multi-millionaire actor and one of the most electrifying performers in WWE history. He was born on May 2, 1972 in the small town of Hayward, California. His mother, Ata Maivia, was the daughter of wrestling legend High Chief Peter Maivia. His father, Rocky Johnson, was also a pro wrestler, so you could say that wrestling was in his blood. But despite his family's legacy, Johnson didn't take up wrestling right away. In fact, he was more interested in football. He was a standout player at the University of Miami, where he helped the team win the 1991 NCAA National Championship. After college, he played for the Calgary Stampeders in the Canadian Football League, but injuries cut short his professional football career. So what was Johnson to do? He could have easily hung up his athletic shoes and moved on to a different career, but instead, he decided to follow in his family's footsteps and try wrestling. In 1996, thanks to the help of wrestling veteran Pat Patterson, Johnson was able to try out for the World Wrestling Federation, now known as WWE. He made his WWF debut in November 1996 against the Brooklyn Brawler and won. He was initially billed as Rocky Maivia, a combination of his father and grandfather's names. And he also wrestled under the name Flex Kavana in the USWA, where he won the tag team championship with Bart Sawyer. Soon after, he signed with the WWF. By January 1997, he had transformed into the charismatic bad guy, The Rock, and he quickly became one of the most popular wrestlers in the company. Fans loved to boo him when he cut promos trash-talking the crowd, his opponents, and anyone who got in his way. His signature eyebrow raise and electric charisma made him a must-see attraction. And although he started off as a heel, a bad guy, he eventually became a face or good guy and won over the hearts of many fans. In fact, fans loved him so much that he became one of the top merchandise movers of all time. He captured his first WWF Intercontinental Championship early in his tenure and multiple World Championship reigns starting in 1998. On March 2000, he won the Royal Rumble match by last eliminating his good friend and rival, Stone Cold Steve Austin. This made him the first person to win the Royal Rumble match 3 times. He went on to defeat Triple H at WrestleMania 2000 to become a Triple Crown champion. He was one of the most prominent figures of the era, starring in iconic feuds with Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Triple H, Kurt Angle, and many others during the height of the Attitude Era. He took time away from wrestling in 2004 to focus on his burgeoning movie career, but he continued to make sporadic appearances for WWE over the years. And in 2018, he broke the record for most amount of time spent in the WWE Hall of Fame by a member of the class of 2020. He was inducted by his father, Rocky Johnson, and his mother, Ata Maivia. His acting career really took off when he landed the role of the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns in 2001. He went on to lead the spin-off film, The Scorpion King, in 2002. And the rest, as they say, is history. He's starred in numerous blockbuster movies like the Fast and Furious franchise, the Jumanji films, San Andreas, Hercules, Black Adam, and Jungle Cruise, just to name a few. He's also lent his voice to animated films like Moana, where he voiced the demigod Maui. He's not just an actor, though. He's also a producer, having produced several films and TV shows including Ballers, a comedy drama series on HBO, The Titan Games, a competition series on NBC, and Young Rock, a autobiographical comedy series on NBC. Oh, and did we mention he's also a businessman? He owns the Teremana tequila brand and is a brand ambassador for Under Armour. So yeah, The Rock has pretty much done it all, from wrestling to acting to producing to business. And he's not slowing down anytime soon. Recently, he made headlines when he secured the intellectual property rights to some of his famous wrestling nicknames and catchphrases, including the People's Champion and Jabroni. Coincidentally, this move came at the same time as news that he'd been appointed to the board of TKO, WWE's parent company. So it looks like The Rock is still very much a part of the wrestling world, even if he's not actively wrestling anymore. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is more than just a wrestler, actor, or businessman. He's a cultural icon who has managed to stay relevant and successful in multiple industries for over 2 decades, and he's shown no signs of slowing down. So here's to the next chapter of his already legendary career.